Hello everyone. Welcome back to Talk and Tea with Yeye. We are bringing you all that real talk and real tea right here. So make sure you tune in. Today, I'm very, very excited. We've got another guest. Another amazing guest, amazing, talented musician. And I'm so excited that she is here with me. And her name is Layal.
Oh,
hi.
Thank you. I like this introduction.
I mean, it's an introduction fitting for an incredible musician.
Thank
so,
you.
How are you?
I'm good. Feeling positive today.
Positive vibes. Yeah. I love your vibe. I love your outfit today. It's giving me, you got a lot of butterflies and like a lot of flowers. I love that. I feel like blue kind of like gives me positive vibes. Maybe it reminds me of like
relaxing.
The sea.
Yeah. It's meant to be relaxing.
Yeah. So thank you so much for joining me on Talking Tea. It's so lovely to have you. So introduce yourself. I mean, you're an incredible artist, but I want everyone to know, how would you describe yourself and your music?
Okay, I'd say that I'm an Egyptian artist. I'm a singer-songwriter. I work independently, so I co-produce sometimes. I do videos sometimes with my friend and maybe creatively direct it.
Okay.
Or just so I'm as hands-on as I can be. And I just try to do as much as I can to kind of portray my influences between being from Egypt, between living in the UK for a little bit, and the music scene here is super inspiring. I came here and I instantly felt like, oh, there's way more music to listen to than I even knew. It's not just the mainstream or the commercial or something. It's so much more that goes into it. And then, so I got inspired by lots of kind of music and different genres. I try to listen to everything just to have an idea, because you never know when you hear like a sound that you like and then you want to incorporate that. So that's why since I started, I said that I don't want to be categorized under one genre, because I wouldn't be able to keep that promise, just because I'm so intrigued by different sounds and I'd like to,
dip your toe into different genres.
That's what I was going to say.
I think the UK, I completely get you. They have so many different genres and so much music. Like you can go to like a little pub and you'll have an artist performing there that is insane. And you just like find there's so much, especially in London. It's amazing.
It's
so
like a hub.
When did you start doing music? How long ago?
I'd say professionally, when I came here in 2018, so that's when I met the producer that I worked with. His name is Chris Hall, and he's just working independently, and he really, it worked well together. I would show him some references, even though he didn't speak any Arabic or listen to any Arabic music. He kind of understood like the elements of it or what it's about.
So he's British. Yeah. Okay.
So I started working with him, and then maybe I didn't release my first song until a month before COVID.
Oh, wow.
So, which was probably better for me because I didn't know what I was getting into. I thought I'm going to release a song, go to some open mic nights and try and perform it. And it took me a while to think, so you have distributors and you need to do accounts on here. Oh God,
all the like logistics of being a musician.
Yeah. So I'd say lockdown period obviously was a bit, like for everybody else, it was a bit hard, but it gave me so much time to learn more and see what's the community here, find a community in Egypt of artists and in other countries in the world too, and see what people are doing, who's supporting who, just to get an idea. And I feel like that made a big difference for me to learning everything. And there was loads of online workshops at the time for free. I was watching lots of documentaries on artists and interviews. So I took it as like, this is an educational stage.
Yeah, I think that's one of the good things about lockdown. There wasn't a lot of good things, but one of the good things was that you could just take time to like research things and kind of like soak things in, and also just listen to a lot of music. And so who would you say are like main inspirations in terms of music?
I think it changes all the time, but I think the one that's been, or the couple ones that's been there like from the start, were the ones that I found out about when I first moved there. So Georgia Smith was a big inspiration.
Her.
Yeah,
We love you, Georgia.
Yeah, everything I heard that she did was, I thought, this is what I want to sound like, and I don't want to copy her. I just want to. I love what she's doing.
But you can be inspired, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I really like, Little Sim, Joy Crooks, Green Tea Pang is my favorite, ultimate favorite artist.
Okay.
And yeah, and then I started listening more to artists from Egypt or Lebanon or Iraq or Palestinian. So I've really started to delve into that, like seeing artists in Egypt or the Arab world making music that I like as well was a big change for me. And I thought, I can easily incorporate that. It doesn't have to be just this or just that. I can blend between the both. So
who would you say, if you could give us because I don't think I've ever listened to any music from people from Egypt. So if you had one artist, other than yourself, of course, that you would recommend, who would you recommend?
Oh, there are so many. There's so many.
Or you can give me 2 or 3.
There's mainly more rappers in Egypt, I guess. There's a guy called Abu Yusuf, Marwan Musa, or there's one called Marwan Pablo. They're all rappers. And for girls, there's an Egyptian artist called Feluka. She lives in New York, I think. And she makes cool music. It's also a blend of she uses samples. She uses different kind of beats with, Arabic instruments and stuff as well. And there's an artist called Nadina Ruby. And she also rapper, singer kind of style. And they've both been doing so much outside of Egypt as well, which is really inspiring for me to think, I see them doing this, so I see myself being able to get to that point as well. And there's so many, and I'm just looking for all of them, and I'm discovering new people every day. I'm like,
I think that's the thing with music. There's so many musicians out there and so many incredible people from countries that don't get as much recognition. Obviously, the UK artists always kind of, get that recognition. But I think definitely people from, places like Egypt, they need more of a push. And so it's to get their names out there, I think it must be a little bit harder.
Yeah. I think people are starting to get more familiar with seeing us in on big billboards or on, popular playlists or interviews and big platforms like this. So I feel like it's kind of getting there. I see people are intrigued.
Process.
Yeah, so I feel like we're gonna have a moment soon.
You're gonna have a moment.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Love that. I'm ready for that moment. I'm definitely ready. And I really, really love your music. I love your voice. Obviously, you said you're not gonna box yourself in terms of genre, because I don't even know how I would describe it. I feel like it's a real mix, but you do incorporate a lot of Arabic influences.
It's soulful but alternative in a way, or I don't know. I'd like to think it's a bit mystical.
It is mystical, actually. I feel like I listen to it and I feel like I'm just on a wave.
Yeah, that's my goal.
On a wave. So when did you first release music? Was it 2020? You said just
that
before.
Was 2020.
Okay.
I just released singles until I try to catch up and be a bit ahead of time so I can, have some time to record for the EP without kind of losing any audience or being gone for ages. And so I started the EP probably last summer, maybe in August, and then just kept trying to push and make everything happen until May. I released it and had a little listening party, and I performed the EP and it was also a very Arab girl event. There was another
I love that.
Supporting act. We had henna art, and I really tried to shine light on as many of my friends as I could that are talented and skillful.
That's amazing.
And yeah, and now after that, I feel like I need to find another purpose now in life because this EP is done. I need to
No, now it's on to the next. It's on to the next. But the EP is Lost in Translation.
Yeah.
Okay, so it came out in May.
Yes.
Yes. And there's how many songs are on the EP?
It's 5 tracks with an intro.
Okay.
And they're all kind of different to each other. And I thought this is my chance to kind of showcase what I like to do, that it's not just kind of one thing, it's different things at the same time. And yeah, it's just I wanted to show like this was me saying I'm serious about this and I want to be here for a long time.
Yeah, this is who I am.
Yeah.
And I think I definitely got that because there was so many different vibes. Even it felt cohesive though. It wasn't like or so many different vibes and genres that it felt like a bit chaotic. It was like still felt like good. Very cohesive. Yeah. I really, really loved the song, is it Margaritas?
Tobacco, yeah.
I loved that. I think there was a lot of like live instruments. Was there in that one?
It's all like, it's all recorded with just me and Chris, the producer. And yeah, I wish I would have live.
I mean, it sounded like
okay, good. Next level is having it actually
it's actually
live.
happening. I mean, if you can, create something like that sounds like it, that's the first. That's the first step. And I feel like, is it Mehwa Diaries?
Mehwa.
See.
So
I just butchered that.
No, it's okay. It's like a highway in Cairo and it's really long and always busy all the time. So this song was kind of like what happens when I'm stuck in traffic, daydreaming about what could be and stuff. So that's where the idea came from.
I really love that. So I feel like it has kind of like almost like a drum and bassy kind of beat like, to it.
Yeah, like garagey.
Yeah, like garage drum and bass.
Yeah.
Which I didn't expect actually. Like I feel like when that came on, I was like, oh, it's like a different, completely different genre to the other ones. But I really loved it.
No, I think that's my favorite as well. I mean, I like all of them, which is hard for me to like my own stuff. But I actually like all of them.
That's your favorite.
Yeah, but that one is,
So did you make all of the songs with Chris?
Yeah, maybe only this state was I already found another producer online. He had made this beat already and I kind of just got it from him. Okay. But the rest of them, we made it together. I'd get references and I'd tell him like, I want it to sound like this, let's do that. Just recorded it.
That's amazing. And you write all your own music. Yeah. I mean, I think you can tell when someone's like a real musician and they create everything themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy it because I don't play any instruments. I haven't learned how to produce yet. So I pay so much attention to the lyrics just because it's what I'm doing and what I'm focusing on. So at least if I'm doing one thing, then I want to perfect it or make it make sense and relatable as well.
Do you think in the future, do you want to learn to produce?
Yeah, I'm in this phase where I'm just eager to absorb as much information as I can. I want to learn, I want to understand, even just understand the lingo in the studio. I want to know all these things, and if I can produce for myself, doesn't mean that I want to learn it just so I don't work with people anymore. It's nice to hear people's opinions and perspectives, and they can always bring in ideas that you wouldn't think of. But I would like to learn how to produce. I want to get better at performing because I don't want just to be like a singing act that you're coming to see. I want to be a performer and
give it an actual show.
Yeah, I want to make it like an immersive thing where you feel like you've watched a whole performance, not just heard someone singing. So I definitely I feel like I got to this point with this EP that was like a graduation thing and now I want to do more and I want to show more of my brand identity, I guess, and maybe take it even to the next level with visuals and videos and stuff.
Because I was going to ask, do you have any videos out yet?
Not for the EP, but I am working on something with a couple of friends where we want to do like a visual for the whole EP.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, and we have like lots of ideas and we're taking it step by step and we're trying to make it work, but just kind of like a 20-minute movie thing.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, and I don't care when it comes out, even if it's like a year after the EP came out. I feel like
but I really feel like that is okay. Like, I feel like sometimes people rush things and they think, okay, the song's out, okay, I have to get a video out. And I mean, it does make sense if something's just come out to have the visuals out soon. But then also, I feel like if you wait a little bit, it makes people want to go back and also listen and now the visuals are out. Oh yeah, like I remember as well. Like,
yeah, maybe they'll listen to it and be like, oh, I actually like this song again, or just kind of to revive the project every once in a while. I want to collaborate with people to have remixes or different versions of the song or something. Just, I want people to kind of get into the song again and again. Maybe I focus on one for now and then make sure people have it stuck in their heads, and then I move on to the other one and make something for it. And I feel like as an independent artist, the good thing is that I don't really have deadlines. So for me, releasing it a few months after is better than not releasing it at all.
100%. There's no one kind of over your shoulder like, we've got to move on now. Like, when's the next project? Like TikTok. And I think that is the great thing about being independent, is that you're not on that like time frame. Because I feel like being signed to a label, it is so much like, okay, deadline. Whereas now you're free to just do what you want, however you want. Yeah. What was the process like in terms of, obviously you did the listening party for the EP. Did you find it difficult though, being an independent artist, to put out like a whole project and like the promotion and doing everything by yourself?
To be honest, it was a lot at some points, because I was working with people, but it was me, I was the team. In a way, I was getting help from a lot of friends and a lot of people, but I was the one that would be, you know, initiating it or coming up with the ideas or something. So at some points it did feel like, okay, this is a lot. I need to calm down a little bit. But at the end, I really I couldn't believe that the event actually happened. The EP is actually out, and it does hurt you a little bit when you work for a really long time and people don't recognize how much work actually goes into it. Maybe some people, especially if they're not creatives or artists themselves, they don't really know it's not just a song or a video that came out. There's a group of people that try to plan everything, to get together and stick to meetings and deadlines and record everything. And it's a big process. And I want to keep talking about it until people can tell, like, oh, she really wants us to listen to it.
Yeah, she's really serious. Yeah. But I think that's true. Like, people don't understand the process that it goes, like how much work goes into creating it and also like promoting it. Like, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, like even just coming here today, like it's not just, oh, we recorded an episode and that's it. Like, it takes effort and commitment from both sides. And it's still a lot, especially now when people can be so busy and so, you know, caught up in things happening to them. It does take even mental effort to be here, and not here, I mean now, but I mean to be in the moment.
No, I 100% get what you mean. It does. It takes a lot of mental work, mental capacity to really put yourself out there as well. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. So I feel like hats off to you for doing everything.
Thank you.
Doing everything independently. So now you have the EP is out, and obviously you're going to work on the visuals, but are you still working on new music? Is there going to be more stuff coming out?
I'm working on trying to write a little bit more, or, you know, trying to work with different producers now instead of just working with one person. I want to see how me collaborating with other people, what would come out of this, and whether it's people I met in Egypt or people I met through Instagram or online, or just people that I met in real life face to face. And I want to see, I don't want to push something, but I feel like they will get to a point where I'm going to think, okay, I should have something. But I'm trying not to stress too much about it, because again, it does rely
can't stress about
on the mental. And if you're not mentally, you know, you don't have that freedom in there to, you know, express yourself and be creative, then it's just going to be postponed. So I'm trying to work on that now so I can produce something even better.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited to hear what you have coming out because this EP was great. I'm a fan, so I'm waiting for the album, the full album.
I'd love to do an album.
I really could imagine you doing like a whole like immersive album.
Yeah, that's the idea I have. I want it to be a trip, like listen to it in an order because this would make sense. I want it to be connected or loop or have a loop in it or story or something. I just don't want it to be just track. Yeah. And that's it. Because lots of artists I see, they do it in a way. I think someone was talking about Lady Gaga's Chromatic Ball album, and they were saying that it kind of, when you listen to it in order, it makes you feel like you actually went to a club.
Oh, really?
And there was like even an interlude in between, and they were like, yeah, this is a time when people go get their drinks or something until the next act, and it would feel like you've been to the club and you've left.
I love that.
Yeah,
I haven't listened to that album actually.
Yeah.
I'll have to have a listen.
Me too.
I really do like when people have those sort of albums. And I was speaking to this with another guest of mine about how people don't really make albums that much anymore. And especially albums that it's like, you have to listen to it in an order, and it actually like is a full project. It's not just like bang a couple of tracks together and put it out. Like it's like, no, this is a whole package of who I am as an artist at this particular time. So
exactly. No, I'd love to do an album. I just want to wait and see when's the right time. I have the idea, like I have things brewing in the back of my head.
Okay.
But I want to see, I want to take it to the next level now and see what I can work on now. I want to work on my ethics as an artist. Like I want to be more disciplined in having like a schedule and treating it as the job that it is. So
it's a full-time job.
It is.
It's overtime. It's 24/7 sometimes.
Yeah, it's all the time.
Yeah, you have to be disciplined. But I mean, just the fact that you've been, you've got this body of work that you've put out is also an amazing thing. And I'm excited to see you. I want to see you live. Have you got any shows that you're going to be doing?
Performing on the 5th of August at a festival called Get On. It's a boutique festival. And I got the gig through a collective called Farago, they say it differently. But they've been doing lots of events for emerging artists and not just musicians, even fashion designers, photographers, everything. And so I got the gig through them.
Nice.
And
5th of August. And where is it?
It's somewhere in Somerset, I think.
Oh, so it's outside London?
So it's not the most accessible gig. But
if you're in Somerset, it's go check it out.
Yeah.
That's cool. Get On Festival.
Yeah. Okay. But I don't have anything booked anytime soon, but I'm looking to have more gigs and I want to perform in more places and bigger stages. I want to do more events I've met a lot of Arab artists recently and I want us all to kind of get together and do, because I don't want to keep going to places where they're not really expecting my music and then it just sounds a bit different. I want it to be a night where you know what kind of thing you're going to listen to and come and listen to all these different people
So no, I hear that. I think it's really nice to be able to be in a space where you're around like-minded people and like-minded styles of music and people from your cultural background. I think it's always nice to be, and I'd love to go to something like that
exactly, like an opportunity to be like, look, we can do this and
representing yourself and your culture.
Yes.
Okay, I love that. So 2023, I mean, it's almost we're over halfway through. Oh God. We're over. I mean, it actually makes me feel like anxious about it. I'm like, it's flown by. I don't understand how it's flown by. Yeah. But what would you say your kind of what's your top goal for the rest of the year? So you got like 5 months left. What would you say is the main thing you want to achieve by December?
I think what I want to achieve by December is just being more confident in what I do and what I can do, so I can pass that barrier and start doing
It's crazy
even
because I
more.
wouldn't think that
Yeah.
you're not, because you come across as someone who knows who she is, like knows what you're doing, and you're very confident about it.
Good.
You're like, okay, that's great. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta fake it till you make it. Just no one would ever know.
Yeah, but I feel like I got to a point where I taught myself to not introduce myself as someone who just likes to sing, but introduce myself as a singer, and it made a difference. And then I feel like I got to another point again where I feel like, okay, I'm in a different category now in terms of what I've done and what I can do, and now I need to step it up again and, you know, be that artist again. So I want to be, I don't know, maybe more defined as an artist. Maybe my persona online is more showing to people, because I'm not super active online. So I'd like to be able to, you know, engage with people and show who I really am. And because that's what I like when I follow the artists that I like, or like listen to their music, is I want to see who you are, because it makes me like you even more. Not everything, some people don't have to post
don't show me your whole life story, but
but it's nice to see like your interests, what you do, the fact that like that I am human. I'm not just pretending that life is all rainbows and butterflies. Like I'm human as well, and these things happen, instead of just pretending that everything is perfect or something. So I want to be more present online, and I want to find a way that I'm comfortable with to be online, instead of just following trends or something that I don't like.
You want to be authentic still with how you are.
Like visually represent myself.
Okay.
That's what I want. More visuals, more random videos, even if it's not a music video or something. Just I want to express myself artistically in different ways, because I feel like they all kind of go into that at the end.
I think it's definitely hard to, like, we are in a day and age where you have to put yourself out there, because otherwise you're going to get left behind. And it's very hard to not have an online presence, and to, you know, I feel like artists can do that only when they've established themselves enough. So it's like, obviously, like Beyonce can drop an album with absolutely no promotion and people are going to buy
and that's
it.
already promotion.
But it's, you know, it's really hard though. Like you have to, people want to engage with you as a person. And so you have to put yourself out there, but you don't want to do it in a way that's fake, or kind of like following like challenges or like trends and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Because you want to attract your audience, and I'd want my audience to be chilled, you know, on the same page kind of thing. So you want to attract the right people, and what you post will do that.
Okay, so that's your top thing for the rest of the year. I feel like that's a good thing to work to though, and because it can be like a step-by-step thing in terms of getting yourself out there.
Yeah, I'm slowly getting into more, like I'm on Pinterest more, trying to look for more things. And
I love Pinterest. Oh,
yeah,
Pinterest is great.
Yeah, and then I want to get to a point where I can also do my own references, not look at other, like I want to look at people's work so I can take inspiration from it. And then I want to get to a point where, because sometimes you don't find exactly what you're looking for. So I want to be able to, you know, sketch it out in a way that I can see it, and whoever I'm speaking to or something can see it too. So I want to get to that point as well. Storyboards, mood boards.
Yeah.
Everything.
Oh, mood boards. I feel like I'm going to just mood board my whole life. Okay, so as you know, this is Talk and Tea with Yeye. So we always have a talk of the day. So I wanted to talk to you about traveling, because I feel like, are you a travel girl? Have you traveled a lot around the world?
Yeah, I don't think I've traveled enough to say that I'm a traveler, but I definitely love traveling, and like whatever I can do, even if I'm working and I only have like the weekend and I have to wake up at 5 a.m. and then come back really early, I will do it if it means you get like 2 days or 3 days of a change. And I love changing sceneries every once in a while, so because it can get to me just being in the same place doing the same thing for a little bit.
You need a change of view. Do you know how many countries you think you travel to, like approximately?
Not sure. I've mainly traveled in Europe. I've been to Malaysia and Singapore when I was young.
Okay.
I've been, I love going to Spain. I'd say that's my favorite place I really want to go to South America at some point and plan like a trip there. I don't know. something. I want to imagine myself going to Mexico.
I mean, I can see you there.
Yeah, working on an album or something. Because I feel like lots of people go to Mexico and they're like, I really found myself there. So I want to see.
That's the place to find yourself.
Yeah, and I still want to go so many places. They're like,
where was the last place you went? Do you know?
I went to Seville in Spain.
Oh.
So yeah.
So you're really like, Spain is my place.
Yeah, I really want to go. I learned Spanish a little bit when I was at uni, so I want to go practice. I even want to try and attempt to do like a solo trip this summer for like 4 days or something, just to be. I love to romanticize my life, so traveling really enforces that.
I really want to do a solo trip. I'm a bit scared. But
me too.
I feel like so many people have done it. You just have to kind of bite the bullet and just
I wouldn't go far.
Exactly. Somewhere close. Yeah, not too far.
Just to test it. I see myself maybe getting a bit bored at some point, but that's why I'd say like I'll try like 4 days.
Yeah, a short time. Because I think, I could imagine myself, even though I love my own company, I feel like being in a new country, it can be a bit overwhelming, and it's like, it depends how much you put yourself out there as well. It's like, are you going to go to places and like try and meet people and stuff?
Yeah, because that can be tricky too. But if I do that solo trip, the whole purpose would be just reading books, sitting on the beach, drinking wine by the sunset.
What a dream. I mean, it's great. I mean, I just came back from Miami. Ooh. But I already feel like I need another holiday because it was a bit stressful. And I feel like the US, that's the only thing with the US. It's like, it is far and it can be a bit like intense. And I didn't relax as much as I wished. So I came back and I was like, I need to go away again.
Yeah, exactly. You need a little break after the holiday to recover from that.
Because, oh God.
Especially when you're going somewhere that's far from here, you feel like you need to use every day to do something, and then you're just exhausted at the end.
Yeah, you come back drained and broke. Yeah. I mean, Miami is definitely expensive. I didn't realize it was that expensive. I thought it would be a bit cheaper than it was, but
I imagine that there's like loads of things to spend money on.
Oh my
God.
Of entertainment. There's so much stuff, and there's so many amazing food places. Oh my God, the Cuban food there, amazing. I would definitely, I would say Miami, especially if you're going to go to the US. I feel like it has a lot of different things because you've got the culture, we've also got the beaches, you've got the nightlife. It's a great place. Have you been to the US before?
No, I've never been.
You haven't?
I'm trying to manifest that the first time I go would be like for music purposes.
Like maybe like performing at a festival.
Or like I'm being flown to LA to work with some producer.
I mean, it can happen. It can honestly happen. We're going to put it out there into the universe.
Yeah,
the first time you go, you're going to go to LA and you're going to work with amazing producers.
Yeah. I feel like I'm coming here to manifest today. I'm just saying everything here. It's recorded.
That is a great thing though. And then you can look back and be like, wow, maybe like a year ago or 2 years ago, I said it on Talking to You that I was going to go to LA, and look what happened. Yeah. But manifestation is a huge thing. Speaking things into existence.
Makes it real. Yeah.
I'm all about that. Do you have any kind of traveling horror stories?
Oh, many. I used to be so clumsy. Now I'm a bit on the other extreme. But I've missed 2 flights before while being in the airport, in the same airport. And I've had lost my phone, lost my cards. You know,
my God,
everything.
Wait, when people miss their flight in the airport, I don't understand how that happens.
Honestly, I didn't understand. I don't know why. I got to the airport. I was going from Paris back to Leeds because my friend was doing like a semester abroad. So I went to visit. I don't know what made me think that, the flight was at 2:15 or something. I remember. And I was like, I've got time. But I didn't think about the boarding time at all. So I was just watching people go through like the security check and the passport control. I said, I've got time. And then I got there and they said, we've been looking for you. Like they got to the point where they got my suitcases off the plane because I don't know, they must have assumed like this is dodgy behavior. And then,
my God.
Then I booked another flight ticket at the same time, and it didn't have that much time for me to go. And then I realized it was another terminal, so I'd have to take like a bus or a train or something. And I missed that. So I just went back to my friends.
And you paid for 2 flights and you missed them both.
I think I got my taxes refunded on one of them, maybe the first one, but
Oh my god.
Yeah, my parents were all the way in Egypt and they were super angry because this was typical behavior of me.
That is insane.
Yes.
That's so funny though.
Yeah, and I just went back and I said, I'm just gonna, like, whatever bits left from my pride, I'm gonna take it back to my friend's house and leave the next day.
Oh my gosh. I think you have to sometimes be overcautious at airports and be like, okay, looking. I've had that though, where like our flight was delayed, and then it's only because I last minute was like, okay, let me double check. I kept checking the board constantly, and then we went to customer service because we didn't know what was going on. There was no update, and then while we were in this massive queue, I thought, let me check one last time the board. Just while we're waiting, let me go check. And then it said gate closing, and we were like, what? We were like, how?
You have to be. Now I'm the opposite. Now I'm like, everything is ready. Everything, even the liquids and all this stuff, I already have it.
You already plan. You have to do that though, because these airports be acting crazy. My boyfriend actually just missed his flight. He did what you did. He was in the airport chilling, reading the book, and then he called me. He's like, I've missed it. I was like, how? I was like, what is wrong with me?
It's really bad when it happens. You have no explanation whatsoever.
And he couldn't rebook it, so he just had to come home. And I was like, well, sorry for you, but you should have been looking. Yeah, I think my worst experience was the Miami trip. We were in the air. The flight had left Heathrow. It was circling. It had to circle around because it had too much fuel in the jet. So they were like, we need to release some fuel. And I was like, how can a plane have too much fuel? How can you put too much fuel in it?
Yeah, where do you put it?
Exactly. I was like, I don't understand. They were flying around for like 3 hours to release all this fuel. And then they were like, so we now actually, it's not safe for us to continue to Miami, so we have to come back to Heathrow. So we were in the air for 6 hours just to return to Heathrow.
That's so weird.
It was so sad. It was so sad. And then the next flight wasn't until the next day at like 2 p.m. So we wasted a lot of time, a lot of money.
That's insane.
It was a very sad situation. And to be honest, it kind of has made me more not want to travel as much outside of Europe right now anyway. I'm kind of like, let me just stay.
Yeah, because already you had like a really long flight and then they were adding 3 hours to it, then another 3 hours. And
it was ridiculous. And then we got off the plane. I'm like, we're back at Heathrow. How are we still here?
Yeah.
I was like, we haven't gone anywhere.
Yeah. It's like, they took you for like a little...
Just a little air ride, just back. Yeah, it was insane. So that kind of put me off a little bit for traveling. But I'm like, I think I'm done for the year. I think I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, I don't think you can do long trips like this many times a year.
It's too much, and it's way too much money.
Yeah,
I feel like it's way too much.
It is, and the jet lag and anything that could happen, and you're thinking, I'm so far.
Yeah, so much can happen. And I hate airports. Going through customs.
I'd love to be able to travel by train.
Yeah, train so everywhere.
Yeah, that
the
would
Eurostar
be nice.
is great.
It is. Yeah, it's more expensive, but
it's simple.
Yeah,
it's simple.
You don't have to waste a whole day just to travel. Even if your flight is 5 hours or 2 hours, you're still just wasting time traveling. Yeah.
So you said Mexico is that your go-to? Is that like your number one destination you'd want to go?
I think so, just because I've heard so many people fall in love with it, and I really want to go and explore. I mean, obviously the dream would be to like start from Mexico all the way down
everywhere,
the whole road trip thing, but I don't even know how realistic this is for me. I have curly hair. I don't know. I'd have to like...
You have curly hair, what?
It's gonna be like this. It's gonna come to life. I'm not gonna be able to. Yeah.
You can come to life. That's...
be scared.
Or maybe you could get like dreads or something when you're there.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That might be easier just to...
Yeah, you'd have to do something because... Yeah, that's the only thing with traveling. No, you can't. I don't know where my go-to would be. I really want to go to Asia. I haven't been to Asia.
Yeah.
But you went to Malaysia, you said.
Malaysia, yeah. But that was a long time ago. So I was a kid. So I'd like to go again and
as
see.
an adult. Yeah.
People say really nice things about Thailand, Vietnam.
Thailand, I feel like I would love to go, but not to all the like tourist destinations. I feel like it's so touristy.
Yeah.
I would want to have more of like an authentic feel.
Yeah.
Or like Indonesia. I feel like I'd love to go to Indonesia. I think I'm gonna try and save up and do like a little.
Yeah, we've got a lot of saving up to do.
Oh God, we got so much saving up
Japan.
to do. Japan
That's a new one
amazing.
for me.
Really?
Yeah, I would like.
I think
go.
Japan would be great as well. Like they have some really cool music actually in Japan.
They're really cool. Everything
is
from what I'm
insane.
seeing. Yeah,
I feel like they're ahead of everything. Like technology, like they're just like so advanced. But I'm definitely manifesting for you to go to LA and with some producers, writers, and
maybe Tyler, the creator, wants to work with me.
I mean, Tyler, if you're listening, check her out.
I won't miss my flight.
No, she'll be there. She's going to come to the airport 5 hours early and go to the gate literally as soon as that board says so. She's going to be there.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Layal, for joining me. It's been lovely to speak to you. Yeah. Plug yourself. Where can everyone find you on socials?
So I mainly use Instagram. So it's at Layal Music. It's Layal Music. And then I'm trying to get on TikTok a bit more, but it's a progress thing.
I have like a love-hate relationship with TikTok.
Me
but
too,
I mean, it's kind of like necessary nowadays.
Yeah. And there's Spotify, there's Apple Music, but if you do look on Spotify or something, you have to put like my name and the name of a song because I'm not gonna appear.
Oh, really? Is there another?
It'd be easier.
Artist of your name.
Yeah, but the more listeners I get, the more
you'll come up. Yeah, you'll be the number one.
It'll be easier.
Soon.
But yeah, I think that's all I use. Yeah, I have a link tree on my Instagram, so it's got all the links to.
We'll put all your socials so you can find her here. Because you need to check her out. Her EP Lost in Translation is amazing. If you want something it's such a vibe. Like honestly, I was saying to Layal before, like I literally just had it on repeat because I was just like, and your voice is amazing. Have you ever had like vocal training or just natural?
No, I've had some when I was younger back home, and then I've had some through lockdown. It was on Zoom. That was part of my,
your training period.
Yeah, and I want to get back into it because I feel like I want to do more, not challenging, but something to show more my vocal range, and I want to make sure that I hit notes right, and not because sometimes the nerves they get to you and it messes with how you sing. So I want to get past that, and
I think it's always good to train yourself, even if you're a professional, like someone like I don't know. I keep saying Beyonce, but I'm sure like she still trains herself. Like you can never. You
can't stop,
things. But yeah, I really love your voice. I love the tone of your voice.
Thank you.
It's very, very nice. So this has been Talking Tea with Yeye and the amazing Layal. Make sure you check her out. And we will be back next time with another episode and another amazing guest. So make sure you stay tuned. Peace out.
So if you wanna get some tea, come and have a talk with me. Here is where it's gonna be. It's Talking Tea with me.